only time I've heard that
That'll
song.
be a stinger.
Only time I've heard that song, watching Beetlejuice.
Yep, watching Beetlejuice.
So
No,
I've never heard out in the wild. You know what I mean?
Only other time I've heard it like in the wild was the middle school choir. Like when I was in high school, the middle school choir did that.
Beetlejuice? You had a play of Beetlejuice?
Not Beetlejuice, but they did the song, the Banana Boat song.
Yeah. So they did Beetlejuice?
I guess so. Yeah.
So Travis, how's your week been?
It's been pretty good. I started doing the keto diet.
How's that going?
It's going pretty well. Today's my cheat day.
Hell yeah.
Today is the
It's not even much
cheatiest
of
Because
of
I'm eating
cheat days.
Chinese food.
Yeah.
No, when you do no carb for, a week,
Yeah.
and then you get back on carbs, like I feel so heavy right now.
I know. I do. Like, you saw how little of this I ate.
Yeah, I didn't eat very much either.
So like, whoa, it's all blown up now.
I should say Travis and I did this together.
Yeah, Ari and I have been doing it together because it's easier when you like do it with someone, especially
Right.
when you're living together. That
Yeah.
way you're not like tempted.
Yeah.
And also, like, it's just helpful because we buy and share a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
And, like, I basically was like, hey, I'm not going to buy soda anymore.
Yeah, and I was like, cool, I'll just start brewing gallons of tea at a time.
Exactly. Yeah, I actually have some salsa water in there for, like, my fizzy drink.
Yeah.
And I, make a strawberry syrup with fake sugar
That's a good idea.
when I'm like, I need syrup or I need soda.
I've been drinking this like mineral water stuff, like sparkling mineral water that Whole Foods has.
Yeah.
It's like lime and lemon flavored, and I can get like a bottle for a little less than 77 cents.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really want to try that.
It's super good. It's in the fridge. It's cold now. It's better when it's cold.
Something I would suggest, if you like it, it works. If you don't like it, it's not going to work. Actually, it's two things. One of them you may like, the other one you don't. That's cool. Fresca is actually kind of healthy.
It is, but I think it's still sugar.
It is, but it's like, it's the cane sugar. Sure, it's still sugar. But if you just need a drink, if you need soda, that and ginger ale I found to be like the best two. When I like stopped drinking sodas like full on, that's what I did.
Yeah. See, here's the thing about the keto diet. It is like absolutely no carbs, and also
Minimal
like
sugar.
very basically almost no sugar too, because it doesn't let you eat fruits.
Damn.
Yeah, because
You can eat a little bit of carbs and a little bit of fruit.
yeah, but you want to get the carbs you want to get through like vegetables,
Right.
not through a bread item.
And the sugar you want to get from like the best like berries essentially.
Yeah, berries.
Berries
You can do tomatoes a little bit.
or like stone fruit
Yeah.
a little bit.
So it's
Fruits with a
basically like
Huh?
Fruits with a pit in it.
Basically, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
For our listeners.
That's what stone fruit
yeah, do you want to
means.
get a little closer to the microphone there? There we go.
Am I good enough now, Mommy?
Yeah, that's good.
Am I pretty now?
So you can do like fake sugars. Like I saw this recipe for like
Is this better for realsies?
Yeah, that's a little better.
I saw a couple of recipes that like would normally have sugar in them and they were like, "Oh, just use stevia."
Yeah.
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 Stevia, xylitol are both like sugar substitutes. I'm trying to do like no sugars,
That's a smart
even sweeteners, because there's like a science behind the keto diet thing where it's like high fat, mid protein, no carbs, or very minimal carbs, where it makes your body go into what they call ketosis, which is basically instead of your body getting energy from glucosamine, which you get from carbs and sugars and stuff, it takes it out of ketones, which is like that deep fat storage and stuff. It comes from like the fatty and the proteins. So that's one of the reasons that it helps you burn fat really quickly. That's why a lot of people lose weight very quickly on it. And yeah, that's like the major science thing behind it. But it's one of those things like technically you can do diet sodas, but when you do a diet soda, it'll like throw you out of ketosis, which is fine if you're not like trying to be hardcore. If you're just going for like a low carb thing, that's cool.
Would you say you're hardcore?
I'm trying to go a little more hardcore with it.
But you are. Are you hardcore? You hard Kobler?
I mean, I'm definitely doing like, I guess I'm finding like more substitutes for stuff. Like I found these because I like a lot of noodle dishes.
Yeah.
And Travis doesn't. So I found these like tofu noodles, which are it's just tofu in the shape of a noodle. It has like 3 carbs in it.
You can also do like the veggie noodles where you can make pasta out of
Yeah,
Zoodles
like
and
the
stuff.
zoodles.
Yeah. And I do want to do that, but this is for like the tofu noodles are when I'm like,
I need this.
I need like a noodle.
Yeah.
Because the texture's a little weird, but it really does taste like, other than that, it's really not that different.
Unpopular opinion. I can probably go like an entire year without putting pasta in my mouth.
Them fighting words.
I thought you picked up a knife
Like,
instead of a pen. I thought
I
you were
feel
like,
like there
fuck
is a
you.
big thing in our generation, mostly because we're very poor. But
Yeah, where we're just like pasta.
yeah, we're
But
like pasta all the
'cause
time.
Pasta's so cheap.
Pasta
Yeah.
is so
and it's
cheap.
filling.
Yeah.
And there's so many people out there, they're like, oh, pasta is like the best. Spaghetti and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, pasta is okay at best.
I know some Italians who,
Okay, well,
who
no,
have
here's the
words
thing.
for you.
Here's the thing.
You
is, like,
gabagool!
I've eaten like homemade, handmade lasagna in Rome, Italy before,
Yeah.
and it was amazing.
Oh, well, la di freaking da.
Yeah,
I didn't realize that
text
we were
Devin and ask
bragging.
her about it. I'm
I
sure
will-
she's had some too.
I will text Devin. I'm going to tell her that Travis is a punk ass bitch. How about
Good.
that?
Do it.
She'll agree with me because she's my friend. That's how friends do.
Damn right.
But yeah, it's just like as
When do
far
you
as
think
like
Travis
eating
is
noodles and
okay?
pasta and stuff at home goes, I could go without it.
I did it a lot because it's just super cheap.
Yeah.
Like I can buy a box of noodles, and I'm like, cool. I have food for the next 2 weeks
Yeah.
off of like one box
Yeah.
and some tomato sauce.
Well, I mean, and most of that's like wheat-based
Tomato.
pastas, like Italian pastas, but I also really like, Asian noodles, like rice noodles and things like that.
Yeah, those are tasty.
I do really want to eat like some pho on one of my cheat days.
Yeah. Yes.
That could have been today. I'm kidding. We'll do that.
It can
it
be a
wasn't.
day where I have more money.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
And more time, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, if somebody didn't wake up late.
Ben, you said that like you were accusing one of us.
I know that's the joke.
It was you.
Yeah, it was me. It's
I
always me.
was up at 5 a.m.
I woke
in
up
that
at,
I didn't sleep and then
Yeah, I was going to say it's 'cause
was
you were at
working
work.
at 5 a.m.
Yeah.
in my defense, I did wake up at 7 o'clock in the morning for like a minute to be like, okay, Google, what time?
Couldn't even finish your sentence to Google. Google was like, Benjamin, wake up! Ben, no, wake up!
I really wanted to just go, snake!
Oh, is this a reference to Choke Me Clone Daddy?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh,
The main
God.
character of Metal Gear Solid 5?
Yeah,
It-
but
it-
so it's like a thing, and especially in the earlier games, because you're always on a communicator device with whoever you're talking to. So when your character dies, they're like, Snake? Snake? Snake! Because they realize you're dead.
Yeah.
Question.
And then it goes, bah, bah, bah.
Question.
Yeah.
Should I explain why I call Big Boss Choke Me Clone Daddy?
Yes.
We explained it before.
Have we
Did
done?
you?
Okay, have we?
I don't think on the show, I don't think we
Yeah, I
have.
thought we did.
Just for a
Yeah,
recap.
just for a recap.
Just in case.
If you're watching this episode right now for the first time,
I was
of
watching
Hadcast.
Travis play Metal Gear Solid 5, which has this like long opening scene.
Yeah.
And I know that Big Boss has 2 clone sons.
Yes.
That are clones of him.
Uh-huh.
And I think so Travis got to the part where he has to name his character.
Yeah.
So I suggested Choke Me Clone Daddy, which he did not go with. But spoiler alert, it would have been super appropriate because like 2 seconds after that, the character that he's playing gets choked out by this assassin lady.
Yeah, that's true.
It would have been perfect. And that's why I call Big Boss Choke Me Clone Daddy. Anyways, thank you for coming to my TED Talk.
Do you think people would pay to have Stephanie Houston choke them? Probably.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
There's no question about this. I don't even know who she is, but it would happen.
She was the face model for that assassin.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because she comes back later as plot.
She was very attractive.
Yes, she is.
Damn right.
When she was choking out, choke me clone daddy.
Yep.
Anyways, that's who Big Boss is in my heart and in my brain. But yeah. So we haven't said welcome to Hey Assbutt.
No, welcome to Hey Assbutt.
We just
But
did.
in case you didn't know what you were listening to,
In case you stumbled across this episode by itself.
out in the wild.
Out in the wild.
You were just in the woods. You found a podcast player, and it was stuck on repeat of this episode.
I bet
You're not one of our 30 subscribers.
I bet, like, through, like, Stumble Upon, you could find us.
I mean, you can Google Hey Assbutt and find us.
Does
right
anybody know what Stumble... Like, do people use Stumble Upon?
now. Anymore? Maybe.
I've seen links and shit for it still on websites.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
I mean, I remember I'd be like, hey, I'm bored on the internet. Let me go to Stumble Upon and see what happens.
Yeah, I remember doing that too back in like 2009, but not anymore. That's not a thing people do.
I bet somebody gets like real nostalgic. Like I was born in the wrong generation in 2018.
I should have been born back in 2009.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I should have been born in I should have been born in 93, so I'd be 15 in 2009.
Guys, thinking about that reminded me of the fact that my 10-year reunion comes up next year.
That sucks.
Hey, what have you done? Your name? Oh, I have a podcast with 30 subscribers. It's about the show Supernatural. Oh, so nothing. You have done nothing.
Honestly.
Yeah, pretty much.
You know, it'd be really fucked up if like one of your students or one of the kids you went to school with is like, you know, I've also got a podcast.
Yeah.
It's about Charmed. We have 1,000 subs.
No, that was my idea.
No, what if someone at the reunion is like,
Did you call it Semi-Charmed Crime? Because if you did, I will have to kill you. I will murder you.
what if someone at your reunion is like, yeah, I've heard your podcast. Y'all talking about anime way too much.
You know what will happen? I will die. I will come back to life. I will take out my shuriken and I will put in their eye.
Was this kid called Butters back in middle school?
Man, I wanted to think of a really good like anime sword, but I couldn't think of any quick enough. So
Yeah.
I will take out my Tetsaiga.
Yeah.
No, I wanted like a
Zangetsu.
specific anime sword.
Nagenta? I don't know.
Take out my
Tetsaiga, I had one.
yeah. No, but what were they called on?
Kagumi! Okay.
What were they called on Bleach? No, your Zanpakuto.
Oh,
Yeah.
I don't even know what that is.
This is the weebiest
It's
conversation.
what they call the spirit swords from Bleach. Yeah.
This is the weebiest
That'll have, like,
conversation we've ever
powers.
had, and I'm
Anyway.
a little embarrassed.
Enough anime talk.
Yeah. Welcome back to Hebcast, a podcast we were slowly turning into an anime podcast.
No, for real though.
What is that?
Back, was it last year? It was either last year or 2 years ago. My 5-year reunion.
There's a 5-year reunion?
Travis, I
5
don't
year,
know
yeah.
how many times I've had to tell you. First of all, it was last year. I remember. I remember you going to it. And second of all, 5 reunions don't exist.
What?
5 reunions?
Well, it wasn't
Not
really a
thing.
5-year reunion. It was more like a 5-year get together.
Okay.
So it was like, it was really just organized by like some of us. We were like, hey, we're all going to go meet up at Yellowhammer.
All I'm saying
And that
is you
was
should
it.
start calling it that.
So we all met up at Yellowhammer. And first of all, we started talking shit about anyone who wasn't there. That
As
was
you
great.
do. Yeah.
But I got there and they're like, so what have you been doing? I was like, well, I work at a pizza place, but I've also been doing stand-up comedy. And all of them who are like going to medical school and lawyer school and like...
Lawyer school?
Yeah.
Lawyer school.
Law school, Travis.
Yeah.
It's
lawyer
called
school,
law
There's
school.
lawyer school and doctor school.
Chef
and
school.
engineer school.
Anime school.
Anime
school.
school. I've already graduated from there.
Car school.
Car school.
But so all these people that are doing all these like amazing high paying things were like, that's the coolest thing I've ever heard of. And I was like, are you fucking serious?
Yeah, that's because right now they're like in the weeds trying to like study for 1,000 tests and
Yeah.
stuff. 10 years from now, when they're making $100,000 a year, and you
I'm still making
are
500.
when you are still making $9 an hour,
Yeah.
they're gonna be like, "Wow, Travis,
Get it together.
what the
Yeah.
fuck, man?
See, I think it
I'll
probably
suck your
was
dick
because
for a
they're
pizza."
like they're studying all the time,
Yeah,
and I'm like going out and doing stuff, and they're like, "Wow, that sounds amazing. I wish I could do that."
yeah. You're like, "Hey, yeah, I spend most of my nights in a bar," and they're like, "Wow, cool."
What's a bar?
Yeah, well, what's that?
I've-
I only know of one bar, and that's the super hard test I have to take after I graduate from law school.
Lawyer school.
Lawyer school. The school of lawyers.
Yeah.
Travis, like, here's the thing. 10 years from now, they're going to, like, be getting married and having kids and stuff. And you're
Some
going
of them already are.
That's insane to
Yeah.
me. And, you know, going on trips and stuff.
Some
And you're going to be
minority
like, what's up? I'm getting home from bars at 2 a.m. in my mid-30s. Bleh. And it's not going to seem as cool.
Yeah, if
I'll
you
be
say it
going
like
on
that,
trips.
it's never
I'll be
gonna
going
seem
on
cool.
comedy tour trips. That's what I'll be doing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Keep telling yourself that, buddy. No, just kidding. You might be.
I might be.
Might
Who
be.
knows?
We all could fail. Never forget, success is not guaranteed.
Nope. So.
God, this took a dark turn.
Was
This got
with our conversations getting like real peppy. And then
I
it's
started
like, everything's bad.
singing the banana song to pep it up,
Yep.
and then I took it right
Yep.
back down.
Here we are.
So, you guys want to revisit that suicide pact?
Yeah. That'll be the last episode of Hey Assbutt, is we all just suicide on the episode and then get a friend of ours to post it.
Okay, fun fact, that's something we actually talked about the very first episode.
Is it?
Yes.
It's been so
We talked.
long.
I don't think we talked about doing a suicide pact, but we did talk about dying in the last episode.
Oh my god.
I dropped my notes.
Oh, what
It's all right. I don't need them.
Well, it looks like we're not talking about that.
So we have a very special episode in that we're going to talk about the dangers of drugs.
What?
Oh, I'm sorry. I misread
Welcome to
that.
my TED Talk.
We're going to talk about the dangers of tropes.
Yeah.
Specifically, we're in danger because they make us like things a lot, and we neglect our friends and family to instead read and watch TV and watch movies and stuff. So, do you want to do this roundtable style, or just go and share a trope till we hit the end of our list?
Yeah, we can
Yeah.
do that. Let's keep it
Let's-
a little more concise than the time we talked about characters,
You're right.
because that dragged on a while. I know, because I had to edit it.
Yeah. Well, that's because I spent 2 hours talking about
You
Dick
did
Grayson.
spend, so a lot of our listeners aren't going to know this, but I literally cut out like 45 minutes of Ari talking about Batman from that episode.
You're welcome. I think I remember saying, hey, you should cut this out.
Yeah.
Anyways, here's an lecture.
Here's another 2 hours on Dick Grayson.
Yeah.
That's why I put in those funny speed ups. Because those were like where the cuts were.
Yeah. Anyways, I will try not to get into a 2-hour lecture about Batman.
All right.
But I make no promises.
Okay.
So let's begin.
Every single day of Ari's life is like, I hope I can talk about Batman.
That's not
Every day is a
true.
betrayal.
Top 10 anime betrayals. Travis Short. Character assassinating me on the air.
Yeah.
See, the real like top 10 anime betrayal would be Travis poisoning bananas and giving them to us.
Yeah.
The fact I don't believe he'd ever harm a banana in that way.
I'm glad he would, to get rid of us,
Possibly.
so he doesn't have to watch Supernatural from week to week for the rest of his God-given life.
Yeah.
Who's starting this thing?
Ben.
The first one I wrote down is Big Dude Teddy Bears.
Yeah.
It's one of my favorite goddamn thing. It's like, you know, Hagrid from Harry Potter or Lieutenant Armstrong from Fullmetal Alchemist.
Yeah.
It's like this big, massive dude. He's this hulking monster of a man, but he's just like, he loves like cute things.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And he enjoys being sweet to people. Like, sure, they'll get fucking angry and kick some goddamn ass.
Sure, they might accidentally murder somebody
Oh, yeah.
on
Yeah.
accident.
Even in
Tell me about the rabbits, George.
Let's
In,
not bring up Lenny.
even still in Full Metal Alchemist, Alphonse can still technically be under that because he is
Yeah.
like a huge hulking suit of armor
Yeah.
But a child inside.
with a child inside. So he's like, look at the kitten.
Yep.
And they're
Can
like,
I have a cat, please? Yeah.
things get dark again.
Yeah.
Child souls. Take the soul of a child and bind it to a suit of armor with your blood.
Yeah.
Another one for a big dude teddy bears I wrote down is Bullet Tooth Tony from Snatch.
Yeah.
That's Vinnie Jones's character. Do you know who Vinnie Jones is? You ever seen Gone in 60 Seconds?
No.
Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels?
No.
Elementary.
He's this really large. He used to play professional soccer.
Mm-hmm.
He routinely get thrown out of games for red cards.
Oh.
He slid tackled a kid who, and I mean a child, that was playing in a charity game, and the kid's going to kick a goal. And he's going to get a goal. Vinnie Jones slid tackled the kid.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
To be
the
fair,
kid break in half?
that child
No.
did deserve
Oh,
it.
Jesus.
So,
I think he broke the kid's leg. I think.
Wow.
But in Snatch, there's this scene where this dog eats a diamond the size of my fist. And this character's like, hey, Tony, let's cut open the dog, but kill it, like, shoot the dog first, and then we'll cut it open.
Oh no.
And Vinnie Jones is just like, what? The fuck did you just say to me? He's like, open up the dog. And Vinnie Jones is like, it's not a purse, Avi. It's a dog.
yeah.
It can shit out the stone.
Yeah.
yeah.
Like that diamond will not get digested at all.
Yeah.
It'll go through there.
Yeah.
Probably a little shinier than it started.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, fun fact, I actually recently saw Vinnie Jones in Elementary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He plays Sebastian Moran, who is an assassin. It does not fall under the big dude teddy bear trope.
No, he usually plays somebody very scary.
Yes. Here he definitely does. I really like that trope as well. The whole, like, he's a giant guy, but he's just very sweet and lovable.
And also, like, as a variation on that, the, like, ugly face guy with a heart of gold.
Yeah.
Or, like, not really ugly face, but kind of like Tom Hand.
Oh, you mean
Like-
Rocky from The Mask?
Yeah. So they no.
For a nice 80s reference?
No.
I got it.
Like, they look like they're super mean, but they're actually really nice and cuddly.
Oh, like the homeless lady from Home Alone 2.
Yeah.
Or like Quasimodo.
Yeah, like Quasimodo, or like something that floated at the top of my head was in the show musical Gallivant.
Yeah.
The king's assistant is like a super huge badass, but he's also like really nice and wants the best for everyone.
Yeah.
Or like Spock.
Yeah.
Or Taguro.
No.
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 Oh, you guys haven't gotten that far.
No, he has. You're just wrong.
No, he still loves Genkai.
The
The very end of the arc is
very end.
Very
was
little
like,
bit. He still like murders a lot. I don't know. I just don't.
Yeah, he still murdered a
He just
lot.
murdered people, and
What? Murderers can't love?
he tortured.
What?
He tortured a young woman who didn't deserve it.
Well, I mean,
I'm just saying, like, the man's not perfect.
I guess as long as there were no witnesses, I guess it was fine.
Oh yeah. Well, if you do it out in the forest, it's a crime. Ben.
Yo, Show Me Clone Daddy also loved people, and he murdered thousands.
Yeah, that
Okay.
is true.
Am I holding up Choke Me Clone Daddy as a moral, like,
Hundreds of his own men too.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
am I holding up Choke Me Clone Daddy as a moral figure that we should all, be inspired to be like? No. All right? All I'm saying is that I wouldn't mind if he choked me, Clone Daddy. That's it. That's all I'm saying.
If he was
Choke
voiced
me
by
with his
Dave
robot
Hayter,
arm.
maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Instead of Kiefer Sutherland.
Yeah.
He's voiced by Kiefer Sutherland?
Yeah, in MGS5, yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Is he? He's also that. Kiefer Sutherland is also Big Boss in Peace Walker too, right?
No.
No. Is
Well-
it only 5?
It is only 5.
No way.
You know what? Never
David
mind.
Hayter voiced every other iteration of Solid Snake.
No,
in
I
every
could have
other game.
sworn he did.
No.
What was the one that
We
came
will-
out before? What was the one that was like a half game?
Oh, you mean you're talking about
The one where it's just like one area.
the one island? Yeah, that's MGS5. The fuck is that? Ground Zeroes.
Yeah, Ground Zeroes.
Yeah, that he's also him in that, but that is pretty much that was supposed to be in MGS5
Right. Yeah.
because that was supposed to be an area you were supposed to.
Because Ground Zeroes came out first.
Yes.
Yeah.
like 2 or 3 years before.
Mhm.
But yeah, he's also voiced by Kiefer Sutherland in that.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, everyone.
But
paid,
everyone else is David Hayter.
Yeah, a lot of people paid $30 or $40 for that.
For Ground Zeroes? Yeah. Oh yeah, Ground Zeroes came out and it was $40, which is kind of crazy.
That was retarded. It was $20 2 weeks after it came out. That's when I bought it.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's a diatribe. Who's next?
I guess I am if we're going around the table.
Around the table. Around the table. Around the table.
Around the square table. But I really like the compressed hair trope with characters.
Yeah.
That's always a good one. Like you see it in Adventure Time in To Cut a Woman's Hair, where Finn takes his hat off for the first time in the series, and it's just this long, luscious,
this like
flowing
mane,
like he's 12 years old and he's never cut his hair in his life.
It's all stuffed in that bunny hood.
Yeah, and then it's a bear.
Bunny hood?
No, it's a bear.
Bunny hood.
Fiona has a bunny.
But yeah, compressed hair.
But yeah, that's a good example. I also really like in like Metroid, Samus, who apparently has like very long blonde hair, is all stuffed up in that helmet.
Yep. It's gonna be hot as fuck.
Basically anything like that.
Yeah.
It's really cool.
Double D and
like the helmet reveal, and it's like super obvious that the costume design and the hair design don't like go together.
Yeah.
Because if someone were to wear that much hair under a helmet, it would be disastrous.
Yeah, you wouldn't be able to fucking see.
Yeah, and then like another variation on it is in like Samurai Jack.
Ooh.
How some of the time he has his like samurai top knot, but then if he's in battle and it gets like cut or taken away, he's got like this long shoulder length hair.
Yeah.
I really like that too.
That is cool.
My turn?
Yeah.
Yeah.
One of my favorite tropes, you're in the middle of a fight scene, you think you have your opponent dead to rights, and then your opponent is like, oh, but I am not left-handed.
Yeah.
And then takes you down.
That is does that originate from The Princess Bride, or is that just its namesake?
Probably not. It's probably just the namesake. But yeah, it is named for that scene in The Princess Bride where Inigo Montoya and the Dread Prior Roberts.
They're sword fighting.
They're sword fighting
left-handed.
Yeah.
And like I can't remember who starts losing first, but they're like, I'm not left-handed.
Inigo Montoya does.
Yeah, and then Inigo Montoya starts winning, and then Dread Prior Roberts is like, I'm not left-handed either.
Yeah. Yep. The fact that these two people learned how to fence left-handed so that they could punk their enemies is just really great.
It's amazing.
It's really awesome.
One of my favorite versions of that.
Yeah.
It's in Beer Fest.
Go on.
So it's from the name, it's a drinking competition, right?
I guessed.
Yeah.
I picked that up.
Have you never seen this movie?
No.
Oh, I fucking love it. It's made by the dudes that made Super Troopers, Broken Lizard.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so they make this this deal at the end of the movie to drink like these massive things, and they're actually like, I challenge 5 boots, all 5 of you. Let's do this. And the Germans are just like, oh, these drunk American assholes. They have no idea what they're doing.
Oh, yeah.
And like, we take your challenge, we accept. And the Americans are like, good, because we're not that drunk.
Yeah.
There's a episode of 30 Rock where Kenneth, Tracy Morgan, and Jenna have to enter a drinking contest with these like maintenance room guys.
Yeah.
And Tracy is wearing a like band that will measure if he's drunk, and he can't drink during this time.
Yeah.
And then Kenneth is like, oh, I can't drink anyways because of religious reasons, I guess.
God.
He's Kenneth. And then so Jenna's basically the only person who can drink. So she is like plastered. It looks like she's about to lose the drink contest. And then like Tracy's band stops working, so he's able to join the drinking contest. And then Kenneth is like, wait a minute. This isn't liquor. This is Mama's Mountain Fun Time juice. Yeah. I've been drinking this since I was born. And just starts knocking him back too. Yeah. And they all get super fucking smashed and they win the game.
Nice.
Yeah. That's a good episode.
I also like, there's a Justice League Unlimited episode where Superman is fighting against some guy.
Brainy
Doom's Stark
Doomfist?
side.
Doom guy?
He's
Mr.
fighting
Doom?
against
Dr.
somebody.
Doom?
No, that's Marvel.
You try.
Wait, the guy with the metal face and the green hood?
Yeah, that's Marvel.
Yeah.
What?
Doctor Doom.
Yes.
Yeah, that's Marvel.
That's Dr. Doom is Marvel.
Yeah. Yes.
He's the dictator
Don't
of a
look
small
at us
country.
like we're
and
crazy.
Everybody loves him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's a Fantastic Four villain.
Yeah, the famous Fantastic Four villain.
Yeah, they weren't made by DC. They were made by
Oh.
Marvel.
Yeah.
Who am I thinking of?
Doomsday?
Maybe.
Probably. That's the one super... Like, I don't even know a whole bunch about comic books. Come on now. God damn.
But anyways, basically, like, he's fighting against somebody, and he's like, you know what? With most villains, with most people I fight, I have to, like, hold back and be careful, because I would fucking destroy them with a punch. But you can fucking take it. And then he just wails on him, and it is beautiful to watch.
Nice.
Look it up. It's called just look up World of Cardboard Justice League, and you'll find the scene.
Nice.
I think it's like, I don't remember. But yeah, so that's an example of a trope I really like. The
Sweet.
I am not left-handed trope.
Yeah, that's solid.
Solid.
Solid. Unlike cardboard.
Yeah.
To eat.
Back to me.
Yep.
Unless this is the episode where we reveal our secret guest.
What? There's no secret
There's
guest.
no secret guest. I'm kidding. Another one of my favorite tropes are loan sharks in various things.
Loan sharks is in like people that borrow or that
People
lend out
that-
money.
People that lend out money maliciously. They lend people money, but at a just amazing amount of interest rates.
Yeah.
Just
And then start busting up those kneecaps.
Yep. Like one of my favorite in Revolver, Jason Statham's character becomes insanely wealthy using cons and gambling and things like this, and he in turn gets kind of screwed over. And Andre 3000 and a guy from every mafia movie ever. That's not a joke. He's literally in everything. But they start like, look, man, you're sick. You got 3 days to live. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to lend out your money to people. But then when they can't pay us back, we take everything. But that, I just love because like when it's done well, it's fucking great. And then like another version in another Guy Ritchie movie in Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels, there's this guy that owns... it's used as a front, but legitimately he has a sex shop, and he lends out people money, and then they come and visit him, and they're like meet with him, and when they can't pay, one of the best stories in the movie about this guy is that he takes like a 15-inch black cock dildo, and beats a motherfucker to death with it.
Oh yeah,
Because he's
I've heard
been
of that.
jerking him around, paying him, or not being able to pay him. But yeah, just beats him to goddamn death. But there's amazing things done with loan sharks in various media, and I goddamn love it.
Yeah, I get
But
that.
also like Tokyo Drift.
Yeah.
When Lucas Black can't pay back, or he owes the Asian guy money, and like ends up having to Han has to drift and race for him. I love that's a good movie because of that.
Fun fact: Tokyo Drift is the only Fast and Furious movie that I have not seen.
Really?
Well, actually, I haven't seen The Fate of the Furious.
I mean,
Right.
So those two. Haven't seen
Tokyo Drift
3, and I haven't seen Fate of the Furious.
Tokyo Drift is like it was the first one that I actually kind of liked.
Yeah.
though
That's
it's
totally understandable because
yeah.
one is immediately dated by the fact that they're stealing DVD players.
No,
Yeah.
they were
DVD
stealing
players.
One of them. They were also stealing VCR players.
Oh yeah. Okay. My
God.
bad. How could I forget the
Oh.
VCR? Look, I have 2 VCR players, and when I'm stressed out, I have a VCR player and a DVD player. And when I'm stressed out, I like to throw them against the wall for fun. Okay. I once had a fancy hunting party where we were shooting things out of the sky, and I threw up DVD players for them to knock down.
Instead of like
The point-
clay pigeons, you were throwing up DVD
I was throwing up
players.
DVD players. The point is that nobody uses goddamn DVD players anymore.
Yeah.
They have like Chromecast.
Yeah. Or at least something that
like a
plays
PS4
Blu-ray.
or
Yeah.
something. So it just tickles me that they were like, "Hey, what's something that won't immediately date this movie? DVD players. Those are going to be around forever.
Yeah.
And then number 2 is the best gay love story between
An interracial love story.
Not Ludacris.
Paul Walker and
Paul Walker and
Vin Diesel.
No, not Vin Diesel. He's not in 2. Paul Walker and
The Rock.
No, The Rock's not in until 4
Okay,
or 5.
Google.
And
Tyrese.
Yeah.
That's who it is. Yeah.
The actor or the character's name?
The
I want to say.
both,
I
maybe?
want to say his first name
It's
is.
one of those movies
Both.
where it's like, what's your name? Tyrese? That's the character's
Too
name,
Fast,
too.
Too
In
Furious
Treyarch,
cast.
Amy Schumer played Amy.
Yeah.
Cast of Too Fast, Too Furious includes Paul
Yeah.
Walker.
Well, and that's a big thing in The Office, too. Like,
Right.
Oscar's real name is Oscar. Angela's real name is Angela.
Right.
Tyrese Gibson is the actor's name. Roman Pierce is the character.
Yeah,
Oh,
okay.
okay,
How could
yeah.
I forget Roman? He's only in the majority of the movies for no reason. At least Ludacris is a tech guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which I think is hilarious.
And also should have
It's
been the guy who
ludicrous.
did the Paul Walker tribute if they're going to do...
yeah.
If they were going to have a rap verse on a song, like...
Who they get to do that?
Wiz Khalifa! Anyway, sorry.
What was Ludacris doing? He was actually in those movies.
Yeah, why weren't they like, hey, Luda, you
Luda.
got a minute?
No, Ludi.
Good old
What?
Ludi.
I thought people called him Ludi.
I thought people called
Nah,
him Luda.
Luda, Ludi, whatever.
Chris? Can I call you Chris?
Can I call you
think
Chris?
He spells it Ludicris.
No, I thought it was Luda.
No, it is Luda.
Yeah, Luda.
All right, fine.
Bitch.
I'm white. I'm sorry.
Okay. Travis, what's your next trope?
So my next one is like a big combination of things, but the general overall of it is I forgot the name.
Good.
This isn't comedy.
The-
you can
the-
use notes.
The general overall of it is called out of genre experience.
Yeah.
And it's generally when a show that is set in like one genre or has one tone does a tone or genre shift just for one episode. So you see it in things like medical dramas, like Scrubs has the musical episode.
Yeah.
Several TV shows these days have like a musical episode.
Mm-hmm.
There's like things where people will like hit their, like I think Star Trek has done this a couple times where one episode is just like a Western for no reason.
Yeah.
Or like they're in the Holodome, so they're back in history, so it's a historical
Yeah.
episode. Abraham Lincoln is there. Stuff like that. But that also, like, it also reminds me of other, like, a lot of times there'll be filler episodes in animation, like both Western and Japanese animation, where there's like, in Western animation, there's like the scene where everybody, there's the episode where everyone shrinks down and goes inside of someone else.
Mm-hmm.
There's an episode where someone like starts speaking a different language for no reason, stuff like that. And that's like the conflict for the episode. And then in anime, there's like the beach episode and the idol episode and hot springs episode.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I've always kind of liked those because there are ways to like break up the story a little bit, even if it is like, come on, let's
Yeah.
get back to it. Like there's actually a funny instance of that in Outlaw Star, where there is a hot springs episode, which was actually banned in America, because of like, you know, the lewdness. But
Goddamn Americans.
yeah, but so
Oh, yeah.
it was banned in America. But it's a Hot Springs episode, but it still has a very important plot point in it.
Right, yeah.
Because while everyone else is being sexy in the hot spring, Gene Starwind is getting the number 13 caster shell, which is the Deus Ex Machina for the end of the series.
Yep.
So it's like they took this episode that was supposed to be like filler and sexy, put something important in it, and then it got banned in America. So you get to the end of the series when you're watching it on Toonami and you're like, he had that the whole time? Or what's going on?
Why didn't he start with this?
Yeah.
Wait, why didn't he just go to why didn't he use the nuke?
And
Use
really,
the
like,
nuke,
I've
Peter.
seen...
Yeah.
Yeah.
getting
Basically.
Getting the fucking nuke, Shinji.
But so like,
use
and
the nuke, Luke.
I've watched Outlaw Star a few times over now, and the hot spring scene, not that bad. Get over yourself, 1990s America.
Hey,
Was it like
stop saying they're cousins, 1990s America,
Yeah.
okay? They're gay and they're in love. You
So-
pieces of shit.
like why did it get banned? Like too much titty or
Yeah,
just
Sexy.
just because of the titties. It was, Outlaw Star is a shonen anime, so it's kind of for younger audiences anyway. So when it
Yeah.
came to America, it was like, oh, this is for kids. And then there was like titties everywhere in this episode. It wasn't everywhere, but I'm pretty sure you like see a titty or two. And it's like, okay.
A titty is a titty does.
Yeah.
2 for the price of 1 titties.
Damn
Titty,
right.
titty, titty, titty.
But yeah.
Titties are both of my favorite things.
It's not any worse than like any scene from High School of the Dead.
I wouldn't let a child watch High School of the Dead.
I would say
Well,
400
yeah.
for shows I still haven't seen, Alan.
Honestly, we should watch High School of the Dead just for the titties. Cause
Okay, if we want to see some anime
I'll take-
titties, I can find something more than High School of the
Alex, I'll take sentences I never thought I'd hear Travis say for 500.
Okay, real talk. Something that
talk.
always really bugs me about like super heavy fan service shows is I'm just like,
Alex, sentences I never thought Ari would say.
Oh my god.
really, you're shocked to hear I have a problem with fan service shows? Just shocked and surprised to hear about this? No, my thing is like, just watch porn.
Yeah.
Well,
You know what I mean?
All right, here's the thing. Sometimes I like some story in my porn.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'd like to read it and see and imagine the titties in my mind. I don't want to.
I will say
In which case, I have some very thrilling recommendations
I
for
like
you.
I like hentai storylines better than I like, live action porn storylines.
That's because hentai gets into some craziness.
Well,
Exactly.
yeah, you can't have
Like there's
tentacles
a
just grab
hentai I
a lady.
saw where the whole concept of the show is this girl has been kidnapped by a mad scientist and a device is put inside of her vagina, and then she goes around and has sex with dudes that are like the best of the best, so the mad scientist can take DNA samples of all of them and create the Ubermensch.
You watch this?
Shit.
I
Holy
did.
fuck.
I watched the first episode of it at an 18+ panel at Persicon back in the day.
The fuck is
So-
Persicon?
It's a convention. It was a Huntsville convention that's no longer existing.
Probably because they showed shit like that.
No, it was really. It
Sounds
was
more like
actually really
Pervicon.
fun because we basically wound up like Mystery Science Theatering the whole
Oh,
thing.
it's like porn and chicken nights. I
Yeah,
get
yeah.
it.
Because it was hilarious to watch it with like 30 people.
Sure. That's a thing that I have found very true to life. Ben might be the exception to this,
What's that?
What?
but everyone I know has seen Bible Black.
Yeah.
Maybe they haven't seen the whole thing, but they've seen at least one
You've
episode.
seen at least one.
You've seen it?
I've seen a couple episodes.
Yeah.
Every single person I know, and it's not like they watched it by themselves to jerk off to. All
It's like
right.
you just stumble across it.
They maybe watched it in a group with friends.
Yeah.
Maybe they saw it and couldn't look away out of sheer terror. I don't know. It's fucking crazy, but everyone I know has seen it. It drives me insane.
Oh yeah.
It is a mystery that I must solve.
There's like multiple Bible Black series, right?
Oh, I'm aware.
Yeah.
Against my will,
There's,
I
like,
am aware.
Bible Black Revelation,
Bible Black Belt.
Bible Black Shippuden,
Red
Bible
Black,
Black.
Bible Black.
Bible Black, Bible
Bible
Black
Black
GT.
Shippuden?
Yeah.
Bible Black Turn A Gundam.
Yeah.
Green eggs and Bible Black.
Yeah. Oh god.
I will not eat this.
Send your
Semi-
suggestions for Bible Black series to heyassbuttpodcast@gmail.com.
Oh, the places you'll Bible Black.
The melancholy of Bible Black.
Full Metal Bible Black.
Bible Black, the rebuild series.
Bible Black.
Bible Black
regenerated.
3.0. You cannot reconstruct.
Oh, God.
Bible Black Majora's Mask.
Bible Black featuring Sonic and Knuckles.
Yeah.
Featuring Dante from the Devil May Cry
Yeah.
series. And Funky Kong.
Bible crybaby.
Oh. Oh, good.
Anyways.
Bible Black 5, The Phantom Pain. Okay.
Bible Black 2016. It's exactly like the old Bible Black, except they did everything in CGI.
Yeah.
And it's terrible.
Bible Black 3 Snake Eater.
Yeah.
Bible Black Ragnarok.
Okay. We're done.
Wait, one more.
Okay.
Bible Black Infinity War. Okay,
Okay.
that's it.
All right.
That's really it.
That was the last one I thought.
That was
of,
the
too.
last one.
All right. We had fun.
Dude, where's
We
my
have a
Bible
good time
Black?
Anyways, if you Google Bible Black, don't add us, okay?
Yeah, don't.
It's a hentai. It's a very upsetting one.
Yeah. It's
Don't
weird.
look it up
It's creepy.
unless you're into that sort of shit.
If you do want to know about it, you can at me and I'll tell you.
He'll give you a short description.
I'll give you a short description.
So one of my favorite tropes is the Muggles do it better trope,
Yeah.
which is when like I have a fancy magical wand
Uh-huh.
that can kill you with a single word, and then the Muggle's like, cool, have you met my rocket launcher? And just fucking destroys them. Like, I love shit like that.
Yeah.
I love, I actually have a joke. Well, I don't have it, but I wrote a joke once about how the Harry Potter would have ended if Voldemort hadn't been such a fucking racist, and he
Yeah.
just dropped Harry out the window. You know what his mother's love wouldn't have saved him from? A pillow. Like, if that had happened, the story would have been done and we would have been finished. He had to use goddamn magic, so we got 7 fucking books out of it.
I actually came
8
across
movies.
a post on the internet about that, about how, like, why wouldn't Voldemort just, like, kill a baby a regular way? Why did he have to use magic to do it?
Exactly.
And basically the response to that question was, like, a 5-paragraph essay about the folly of the wizarding world in the Harry Potter universe.
Right.
And how the wizards are basically, like, a proud group of people.
Yeah.
So they want to use magic any chance they can.
Well, especially
Someone like Voldemort.
who, is like he's basically like wizards first.
Yeah, he's like wizards first.
Like
They do
Muggles.
it better. There's something more elegant about it. It's more regal.
And that was his downfall.
And so yeah, it's like
Punk.
why poison a baby? Like why not just choke a baby when you can use your fucking magic words about it?
Yeah.
Like that's why they don't know. That's why Arthur Weasley doesn't know anything. Like he doesn't even know what a fucking rubber duck does.
See, and that's actually something that I wish had kind of been explored more in Harry Potter, because I think it would be cool. First of all, my favorite types of magical systems are the hey, we did some weird shit with technology too.
Yeah.
Like,
well, there's a little bit of that with like the wizard radio and stuff like that.
right, yeah. But yeah, I definitely.
And I feel like we see it in the movies more. They add a little bit more of a Muggle touch in the movies, I think mostly to make it more relatable.
Right.
Like there's a scene in Prisoner of Azkaban where I think it's when they're when Lupin is having them all play with the bug art, and he puts on a record like on a Victrola.
Right.
But it's like, would wizards even use like pressed records and Victrolas? Why wouldn't they just like magically create something that can have music playing?
Who knows?
Yeah.
Maybe it's easier. I don't know. But yeah, no, that's a good point. But yeah, Muggles do it better. I like that trope. That's just like, there's no way you can win against my magical army. Oh yeah? Well, have you noticed I have a nuke?
Yeah.
Have you considered my...
Robot army?
Yeah, have you considered the fucking plague?
Yeah.
Because you have been insulated from disease, and I got all my vaccinations last year. Have fun with the measles, sucker. Like, I
That
enjoy
was
stuff like
polio,
that.
bitch.
Yeah. I hope you enjoy rubella. So yeah, I like shit like that.
Nice.
How's that hoop and cough?
Ha! You. So one more?
Yeah.
All right, Benjamin, what's your last trope?
My last one is one of my favorites. I only have one example, but I love the example. It's the she's wearing his shirt in the morning after.
Aww.
Like they've been fucking like all night long. Maybe they've been snuggling. Maybe it wasn't just fucking.
Yep.
maybe they snuggled all that long. Then in the morning she goes to fix some coffee or something, and she's wearing his shirt, things like that, this sort of thing.
Mm-hmm.
But my favorite version of this is in Animal House. I don't remember the characters' names, but there's this couple, and they're kind of on the rocks the entire movie. And the guy comes over, but she's been fucking the English teacher.
Mm-hmm.
And so she's wearing the English teacher's button down. And like the couple, they're having an argument. And then the teacher walks out, and he's wearing her sweater. And he goes to get cereal off the top shelf, and he has to reach up, and it goes up, and man ass. It's just really funny.
That's just called ass.
Yeah, I like to say man ass.
It's just ass.
Yeah, it's just ass, but
That
I like
does
to
sound
say.
funny though.
But no,
Yeah, man ass just sounds funnier.
man ass sounds funnier, and it looks different.
I imagine it's quite a bit hairier.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Man ass cannot. I mean, it looks different. First of all, it doesn't always look different.
It
That's
did in this.
true.
It did in this instance.
Fair
it
enough.
looked like Hank Hill's ass.
Look, all I'm saying.
Oh yeah, like mine.
Yeah.
All I'm saying is that I've seen some badonkadonks on some bros.
That's true.
This was not this case.
Some badonkadonks.
Yeah, this was not a berdunkadunk. This was a flat jack.
Look, the one thing that connects us all as people is the fact that we have assholes. I just don't think we need to unnecessarily gender butts.
That's
Ash
the
cheeks are
message behind Human Centipede.
Okay.
That was worse than everything I've ever said.
That's not what I was thinking, but I like where you're going with this.
Yeah, we're all
Here.
connected by
Because
an asshole.
quite frankly, I need to find meaning in that movie. You know what I mean? Have you ever been tricked into watching something?
Were you tricked into watching Human Centipede?
I was told we were going to watch something else, and then la-di-da, there we were.
Nope, I
with
went.
Human Centipede.
I'm gonna
I
make a
was like-
fun fact right now.
I went. I
What's your
marching
what's
into
your
that good
terrible
night.
fun fact?
I've never seen any of the Human Centipede movies.
You lucky duck.
That is a personal goal of mine. There are others that I've kept. This one's at the top of the list.
To not watch Human
To
Centipede?
not watch Human
Yeah,
Centipede.
I commend you on that goal. Keep living your dream, buddy. Fulfill your fantasy. Nobody needs to see those movies.
I've seen like clips and stuff, and I've seen parody like the South Park episode where like there's the human centipede or whatever it was called. Where like somebody had like a iPod on their forehead, and then like they human centipeded like 2 people to his ass.
What are you talking about?
There's a South Park episode
Oh.
where
I didn't-
where Kyle is in the middle of a human centipede.
Oh God.
Yeah. Like I've seen that, but I've never seen the movies.
I've seen 1 and 2.
There's the third one.
Yeah, I actually want to see the third one just for closure.
God, can you...
Don't like the last time I did that, I watched VHS Viral, and that schlog of horse shit.
Travis, if you're going to watch a Human Centipede movie,
Uh-huh.
do it when I'm not here.
Okay.
Please.
But yeah, like I watched basically when I was in marching band in college. We had these like section nights where we'd all just like get together as the baritone section and do something. And any night we were at one guy's house, both times we watched Human Centipede 1 and then Human Centipede 2.
That's not a good friend.
Human Centipede is one of those movies that's like, hey, just because you have an idea doesn't mean you need to tell anybody about it. Yeah. You can keep that locked inside your soul forever, screaming to get out, but you shut it up. You shut it up with cookies.
I will say Human Centipede 1 was like an interesting horror movie.
No.
But Human Centipede 2 is supposed to take place in reality where a guy has seen the Human Centipede and wants to recreate it.
Here's the thing.
And he like calls back the original actors and actresses from the Human Centipede in real life and like knocks them out and puts them in it.
Wait, what?
And does it like in a warehouse, and instead of 3 people there's like 16 people because he wants it to be more like a real centipede with like the actual, because he has like a pet centipede or something like that. And there's like a whole back plot of like him being abused as a child and all this weird shit.
This sounds like a terrible movie.
It's insane.
Bad.
Like I would put it. It would still be at the top, but I'd put it like on a list with a Serbian film.
Yeah, I can see that.
I would rather watch Bible Black 10 more times than see a single solitary minute of the Human Centipede any more than I already have.
Well, it sounds like this is a Bible Black cast.
Yeah.
weird.
I would rather. Yeah, I can't fucking do it. Have you ever just not found any worth in something?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's how I feel about the Human Centipede. I am interested in the fact that it exists. Like, how did it get? Who did that? Who is that person?
Honestly, it's got some pretty interesting special effects because there's 3 people.
I'm going to tell you right now.
Ass to mouth.
I don't care. It's gross. I mean, use your powers for good. That's all I'm going to say about the humans. Can we move on now? Can
Yeah,
we
all
stop?
right.
Since we're talking about fucked up movies.
No.
You know the Green Fury?
No.
That last Eli Roth movie. It was a spiritual successor to Cannibal Holocaust.
Really?
No.
Yeah. It's about this planetary conservation people, and they go to a forest to help save it and stuff, but they end up getting kidnapped by this cannibal tribe.
Oh.
And so I'm not going to go even further into this because they end up getting tortured.
Nice.
Okay.
Of course they do. It's an Eli Roth movie.
Eli Roth took the movie and showed it to a tribe of people.
Oh.
They thought it was a comedy.
Oh my God.
A tribe of cannibals?
Just a tribe of, I don't know if they were cannibals, but he just showed them the movie and they laughed at it and legitimately thought it was a comedy.
I'm going to... Citation needed.
I'll pull it up.
Thank you. Also, again, just because you have an idea doesn't mean you need to share it with the world. Okay? You know who shouldn't have shared an idea with the world? Hitler.
Can I just...
All right? Am I saying that Eli Roth is Hitler? Yes.
Can I just mention that we are here now and
Yeah.
we started talking about Ben's trope with girls wearing boys'
Yeah.
Yes. How did
after
we
they
get
fucked.
here?
How did we get
How
here?
did this happen? This is a fucked up game of telephone.
Yeah.
Let me tell you.
Anyway, let's...
Can we...
Yeah, let's
What's
move
your
it along.
trope, Ben? Is it...
No, that was
size?
Ben's trope.
What's your trope, Travis?
My trope is Human Centipede remake. No.
No. It's just human centipedes. I love them when they show up.
No, my trope is actually stock sound effects.
Yeah.
I've mentioned before that I love audio-based jokes.
Yes.
Like, and one of the best ones is like stock sound effects, especially in live-action things with like cartoony-sounding sound effects. Mm-hmm. Like I think I've mentioned before in Wet Hot American Summer, anytime anything potentially breakable is thrown off-screen, it makes the same clay pot shattering sound.
Yes.
Like the glass shattering sound is always a classic. And then there's other stuff like the Hanna-Barbera sound effects, like the bongo running and the El Kabong guitar, like a burn.
Yes.
I just love all those sound effects.
Yes, I enjoy those as well. I love, there's actually one in Supernatural
Yeah.
recently.
Uh,
The first Gordon episode.
was that the one where I kept like playing it back over and
Yes.
over again? Yeah.
Yeah.
That fucking horror stinger.
Yeah.
It's like, weren't you?
Yes. Bow, bow. Okay, so I just want to say that all of the tropes that we've listed, including she's wearing his shirt, is in an episode of Supernatural.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that show's been on the air so long. How could it not be?
Exactly.
Including my last favorite trope, which is earn your happy ending.
Mm-hmm.
That's where the characters go through some shit, right?
Yep.
Some bullshit, and they have to work hard and like make tough choices, and the way they do get out of it, and they do get like the best possible ending, but they had to go through some shit to get there. So a good example of this is probably Supernatural if it has a happy ending.
Yeah.
Right? Sam and Dean have been through the fucking ringer, and they might finally know peace one day. But we'll just have to see.
I bet they do try and give Supernatural kind of a tied together happy ending.
The best possible ending,
But
really.
it's not going to feel good. Like, it's going to be pretty, but it's not going to feel good. No matter what happens, no matter how it ends.
See,
Yeah.
I think there could be a good episode for Supernatural, a good ending for Supernatural.
No, I'm not saying
Yeah,
there's
the
not
end
going
of
to be a
season 5.
positive ending. It's not going to be fulfilling, though.
Really, you don't think so?
You don't think it's going to be 13 years worth of fulfillment?
No, I don't think it is.
Or 14 years worth, whatever?
16, most likely. But no,
16?
16.
Jesus Christ.
Where are
How
you
did
getting
we
this
get there?
information from?
I'm just pulling it out of my ass.
Oh, okay.
See, I think there could be a fulfilling episode.
If they did like a big arc like Yellow Eyes to close it out, sure, that would be rad. If that's what they're doing now, that's awesome. I don't see them doing it though.
So you know the last 10 minutes of spoilers. This is an ending trope, so just spoilers.
Turn your ears off.
No, not for you.
Oh, okay.
For just our listeners.
Okay.
The last 10 minutes of David Tennant's run on Doctor Who.
Yeah.
Where he goes and sees everybody he's met through his travels.
Yeah.
And the very last point is he sees Rose
Yeah.
as she's about to, like, it's her New Year 2005.
Yeah, right before he meets her for the first time.
Yeah, right before she meets the Doctor for the first time, the Christopher Eccleston
Because
Doctor.
that's the only time that he can see her.
Right.
Yeah.
The like that to me was like a very satisfying earn your happy ending.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's sad. He's dying, regenerating. You know, we're gonna get a new Doctor,
It was also the
but
end
you get that
of...
you get that closure.
Yeah, it was also the end of the Russell T Davies
Right, in
era.
the beginning of the Stephen Moffat era.
So it was like it was a super big deal.
Yes.
Because everything was about to change.
Yes.
Oh my god.
Fun fact: I found that article.
Later, baby, later. so like I could see Supernatural doing something like that. You know? Where it's basically like a reunion, essentially.
Yeah.
And I think that could be kind of satisfying.
No.
You know, I mean, I don't know if that'll happen. It probably won't.
It probably won't.
I
and
think
it
Ben,
probably
with
won't
his
be
future
satisfying.
knowledge, I think he knows that that's probably not possible.
It's not that it's not possible. It's that no matter what they do, I'm probably not going to be happy with it.
I've gotten to a point in the series that Ben doesn't have that much more future knowledge than I do.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. It's just... They've done so many things with the various characters throughout the series.
Can I just say that I was scrolling on the tumble.com
The tumbles.
The tumbles.
and I saw a photo set from like a recent episode, and Jensen Ackles looks so old.
Yeah.
Like compared to what I've been watching, he just looks
Yeah.
so old.
It's like 10 years, man. A
And
decade
I'm like,
makes a
It's
difference.
over
and
10 years.
This happens to like every show that lasts more than 5. Really.
Right.
It's like, whoa.
Yeah.
Like you watch the last episode and then you go back and watch the first one again and you're like, oh my god. Because when you're watching it, you don't notice how much they've aged.
Right.
Because you're getting used to seeing them every time.
Right.
And you just kind of follow along with their age progression because it looks like character development.
You
or
haven't
whatever.
even seen Dean at his worst yet.
Oh god.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's just like I was like, oh my god, Dean
Dude,
just looks so
Sam.
old.
The way
Sam goes
Sam
through some
looks
shit.
in the show now,
Yeah.
or Jared Padalecki, the way Jared Padalecki looks in the show now versus what he looks in like what we're seeing now,
Right.
it's a change.
Yeah.
It's a change.
It's true.
That's one thing I really appreciate the show, and they kind of had to do it.
Right.
You know, like watching an Indiana Jones movie, Indiana just gets covered with cuts and bruises and
Oh,
scars,
yeah.
and everything gets torn up.
Mm-hmm.
But in other action movies of the era, they were fine
Yeah.
throughout the
Yeah.
entire movie. Like they would get a cut, and then next scene they would have a new suit on for some goddamn reason.
Yeah.
James Bond.
Yeah.
But no, Indiana Jones. They did that with Supernatural, and that is something I very much appreciate.
Nice. Yeah, they kept that like injury continuity.
Yeah.
Like
Well,
if a
when they-
character, they did that in Lost too. Like everybody who survived the plane crash, if they had like a scar from the plane crash, you eventually saw you saw it as like a gash on their face. Especially like John Locke has the most noticeable one.
This is what he
Oh
looks
my
like now.
God, yeah.
It's just so different.
He's got like a scratch under his eye, and you see it first as like a gash, and then it finally like progresses into like just this kind of deep, dimple scar under
Yeah.
his eye, and you don't really notice it until it does like flashbacks back and forth when he doesn't have that scar makeup on, and it's like, whoa.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we kind of got off topic from Earn Your Happy Ending.
Yeah, a little bit. Sorry.
But we got super off topic for the Ben's,
Yeah.
I like it when she walks out in, my shirt
Yeah.
trope. So, I think we're going to end it there.
Mm-hmm.
Travis.
Yeah.
Oh, Travis.
Yep.
This episode is called Playthings.
Playthings.
Let's talk about it.
Like, what do you think? What I think I'm gonna happen?
Yeah.
What do you think is going to happen?
I think Sam and Dean are going to come across a set of action figures that have been implanted with a very powerful computer chip
2 words.
programmed by the government.
Small soldier.
Yes! Ben got it immediately.
Okay.
Because I gave it away right away.
Can
When you said
I,
action figures, I knew what the fuck it was.
Oh, yeah. You knew right away.
can I go ahead and give my theory as to what happens in this episode?
What's that?
So Sam and Dean
Uh-huh.
find 2 action figures
Uh-huh.
that they put in a cupboard.
Mm-hmm. Wait.
And when they put it in a cupboard, the next day,
This is the
they
little
come
Indian.
to life.
This is the little Indian. Or whatever it's called. What is it called?
Indian
in
in
a
the
cupboard.
cupboard?
Yeah.
The Native American in the cupboard. It's 2018.
Sorry,
goddammit.
I was quoting the title of a work, so.
Of work.
You need to work.
I
on
thought
that.
you were about to say Flowers in the Attic, and I was like, very wrong.
No.
Flowers in the Attic is a deeply disturbing tale about abused children who start fucking.
Yeah.
Whoa!
Anyway.
That's what it's about.
Why go down the street when you can pull that chain for the attic?
Yeah. Yeah, they're in an attic.
Jesus Christ.
All right, well, Travis, I'm going to say this. You're totally wrong. You're absolutely wrong. None of that happens.
Yeah,
I don't even
Tommy
think there's
Lee
any
Jones
toys.
is not going to be a voice in this movie,
Damn it.
in this show.
Guess what else doesn't happen?
What?
Anything that you said.
Damn it.
You're totally wrong from top to bottom.
I'm always wrong.
You are. But let's watch it and figure out how wrong you are.
All right.
Travis!
Yes?
You remind me of the Babe.
The Babe?
The Babe.
The Babe with the power.
Fuck. I forgot the.
Damn it! Ben, you remind me of the Babe.
The Babe.
No.
I
What?
don't remember how the bit goes.
Is that-
so.
What Babe?
Oh,
What
what
Babe?
Babe? Sorry.
The Babe
Okay.
with the power.
No, let's start over.
You remind me of the Babe.
What Babe?
The Babe with the power.
What
What
power?
power?
The power of voodoo.
Hoodoo?
Voodoo?
You do.
Whoa!
The power of the Babe. Dance magic, dance. Okay,
Okay.
we're back.
We're back.
After that fun little thing we did,
Yeah.
hardy har har.
That was cool.
It was cool. And we just watched Playthings,
Yeah.
which I think we can all agree was an episode of Supernatural.
Yeah.
For
Yeah.
better or for worse.
It's more like an episode of Charmed. That's an
It
episode
was.
Of
Yeah. Oh, God.
This week on Semi-Charmed Gripe.
Hey.
Why is it semi-charmed? Why is it not full charmed?
Semi-charmed. Because they
Full
don't.
charmed gripe.
Because they don't do magic half the time.
That's true. They mostly just bitch.
Yeah.
Welcome back to Charmcast, home of the Charm. This week on Charm, Charmander.
Charmeleon.
Charmeleon. So Playthings, we're going to do a quick recap and then we're going to go into the episode. This episode, okay, real quick before we start with the recap though.
Yeah.
I have to say, an episode's going to be when it's only 39 minutes.
Yeah, it wasn't even
Yeah.
like 40 or whatever.
Yeah, normally
It
the
was, like,
episodes are like
shorter.
42, 45.
I don't know why.
I don't.
It was really strange.
There wasn't a whole lot of story.
There was a lot of slow-mo
Yeah.
and a lot of camera shots down a hallway.
So it's like they didn't
Yeah.
even have enough like script to make a full episode. Didn't even make it a full broadcast hour.
I don't know if they were trying to go with a Shining thing.
I mean, maybe because there was like the twin girls going on.
Yeah, like the two little girls wearing the same.
Yeah.
I don't know. The point is that like already Ben was like, hey, this episode's like 39 minutes. And I was like, oh no. Oh no. Fun fact, this was the episode that I thought was last season's Providence episode.
Ah,
Yeah.
okay.
I thought it was.
That's why I was like, you really don't remember this episode?
Because they
Yeah.
do have very similar
They're both like,
themes.
yeah.
Old timey, and a little girl is involved, and dolls.
And dolls. Yeah. Definitely some similarities. But outside of like the little girl playing with whatever, like I really don't remember much.
Yeah.
Probably for the best.
Yeah.
So let's recap this bitch.
Let's do it.
Sam and Dean find out about this case in Connecticut where patrons of this old-timey like bed and breakfast type hotel are dying. Usually in like freak accidents. Woman drowns in her bathtub, another guy falls on the stairs, and his neck is just completely like twisted around his head.
Completely. That's what the cold open was.
Yeah, and it's upsetting.
Yeah.
Dean is like, hey, don't you want to find Ava, the girl from last week who was adorable in the light of my life? And Sam's like, yeah, I mean, I'm going to keep working on her. I'm not going to give up, but I have to save these other people too.
We have to do this filler episode first.
Yeah. I mean, we're going to finish the rest of the season. At the season finale, we're going to figure out what happened to Ava. Like,
Then
that's
we're
the
going to
plan.
go to the beach.
And
then it's going to be a musical.
Supernatural Hot Springs episode. Boy.
Ooh.
Just wait.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah.
My favorite 8 letters that I say to you.
Is there a musical episode?
Yes.
Jesus fucking Christ.
It's good,
There's-
though.
Oh, man.
Look,
Okay.
Travis.
Yeah.
There are 4, count them, 1, 2, 3, 4, separate episodes of Supernatural that are about the show Supernatural.
There are cat number.
Yes,
That's a lot of cats.
that is.
It's too many cats.
One too many cats.
That's at least one cat for
Too
every
many
day of the
cats.
year.
Okay, let's stop with 3.
Too many cats.
Too many cats.
Okay.
Bow, bow.
I've already derailed this.
It's
There were
something
no
tells me that
rails.
this is going to just be one of these,
Yeah.
one of those times.
Oh,
This
God.
podcast is just a train laying on its side in the middle of a cornfield.
No.
That's what this podcast
You know what this podcast
No
is?
rails.
It's multi-track drifting.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. That's
I
the
got-
title of the
I
episode.
got way too excited. You're going nowhere. Sorry, Macho
right.
Man.
So there's all these freak accidents happening, and they go check into the hotel.
Yes. And they kind of ask some questions. We get a little like zinger where Sam and Dean are like, yeah, the woman who runs the hotel is like, are you guys here for antiquing? And Sam and Dean are like, yeah, that's absolutely what we're here for. And the woman's like, yeah, you guys look like you're here for antiquing. Which she says antiquing, what she means is you guys look like you're sticking it up each other's butts.
Oh, yeah.
And we get a good like, hey, don't forget everybody who meets Sam and Dean thinks they're gay.
Yeah.
It's a good little humor moment. We kind of figure out more about this hotel. It's a super old hotel. It's been owned by this family for a long time.
At least 100 years.
At least 100 years. And the grandmother actually lives in the attic. She's just had a stroke. And it's this woman, her daughter, right?
Yeah. She has to sell the place.
And she has to sell the place. The guests aren't coming in. And then this butler named Sherwin,
Yeah.
who is a delight.
He's lovely.
He is lovely. Highlights in this episode, Sherwin the butler.
Yeah.
Can't he be the monster of the week?
I know, right? That would have been amazing. The butler did it.
The butler did
I would
it.
love for him to pour me some fucking Bushmills like he did in the episode.
Yeah.
If I met Sherwin in real life, I would be like, you're fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Let's
I
hang
wonder if
out.
I bet his name is Sherwin Alfred Williams.
Are you
I was going to
here
say,
for
do you think
antiquing?
Sherwin also had a paint store on the side?
Sure. I mean, sure, I keep up with this hotel. It's a passion project of mine, but really, I'm in the paint business.
Would you like a nice periwinkle for your?
Is
for
that
your
not
children?
Sherman Williams?
Yeah, Sherwin Williams. Yeah.
No,
Oh, Sherwin Williams. Okay.
No, it is Sherman Williams.
No,
The paint company is
It-
Sherman Williams.
no, it's Sherwin Williams.
Well,
No.
we don't actually find this out, but Sherwin's full name is Sherwin Sherman. Sherwin
No, it's
Sherman Williams.
Sherman Williams. I'm
Sherman.
telling you.
I swear to God, it is Sherwin Williams.
Okay, this is the Berenstain Bears universe, so you got to get on board.
No, it's Sherwin Williams.
Oh, fuck, you're right. Oh, no. I'm from the Berenstain Bears universe.
No, there's a Sherwin Williams store in both of the cities I've worked in.
Damn.
Yeah, Sherwin Williams.
Sherwin Sherman Williams.
Okay.
Yeah. Mandela died in the 80s in prison. I don't give a damn what you say to me.
Okay.
Right before he
Alex Jones is a character played by
or
Bill
no,
Hicks.
right after he invented the peanut butter sandwich.
So, Dean and Sam are investigating this hotel. They're trying to figure out why people are dying.
Yeah.
And they find this voodoo symbol. It's a hoodoo.
Voodoo.
You remind me of the Babe.
Yeah.
They find this hoodoo symbol, which is this like cross or this
Yeah.
X that's
It's called
supposed to
a-
ward off evil
Called the
spirits.
Quincrux, right?
Yeah, it's
Yes.
a quincross because it's like an X and then there are 4 like dots
Yes.
on each end of the X and right in the middle.
Yes.
So it's like a 5-point something or other.
Cross. Sherwin, Sherwin and Dean get to talking, and Dean kind of figures out like more of the history of this hotel, including the fact that Rose, the grandmother, used to have a nanny who's wearing that cross. So Dean's like, this is connected. Meanwhile, Sam and Dean find out about these like creepy ass dolls.
Yeah.
That there's a family heirloom collection.
Yeah,
I just
like
can't get
old
rid of it.
porcelain dolls.
Also, a dollhouse that is a replica of the hotel.
Which immediately sends up red flags.
Oh,
'Cause
yeah.
It's like, whoa.
Well, in the cold open, we see the dolls get moved into murder positions.
Yeah.
Right? And so we're
like there was a doll at the bottom of the dollhouse staircase with his
Right.
head turned around.
yes, and that ended up being the guy who fell down the stairs.
Yeah.
And then later, there's this guy who works for the people who are supposed to sell the hotel or who are buying the hotel, and he is found hung in his room.
Hanged?
Hanged, you're right. And the doll
He well
was
endowed,
hanged.
that's what she
Yeah.
said.
So Dean's like, there's something weird going on here. I think it's related to the grandmother. So
Well,
so he goes and tries to find Sam, and it turns out that Sam is drunk.
piss drunk.
Oh, yeah.
And Dean's like, what the fuck are you doing?
All right, since we talked about tropes earlier,
Yeah.
this is a trope I goddamn hate.
Yeah.
Or like, because like, well, we'll get to it here in a minute, but I'll let you continue.
Dean's like, what the fuck are you doing? And Sam's like, I couldn't save Ava. I couldn't save that guy who was found hanged.
yeah.
I have to save people, or else it turns out that I am going to be this like evil,
Yeah.
apocalypse
He has
child.
this whole breakdown and it was like, if
Yeah.
I can't save everyone, then I'm going to be evil.
And Dean's like, okay, look, I'll kill you if that happens. And Sam's like, cool. Thanks. The next morning, Sam obviously has a monster headache. And Dean's like, hey, this thing about Rose, let's go talk to her, please. So Dean and Sam go talk to Rose. She's had a stroke. And Sam's like, there's no way she's doing the hoodoo stuff. You gotta, like, set up shit for that. There's, like, a table and everything.
Billy Squire couldn't handle all that.
Yeah. The mom finds them talking to...
What?
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 Billy Squire sang the stroke.
Oh, okay.
The mom finds them talking to Rose, and the mom's like, what the fuck? Like, stop talking to my mom. Get the shit out of here.
Yeah.
So Dean and Sam leave. And then we see the mom trying to pack up her kid, trying to get them out of the house, like getting stuff out. And we see the kid talking to this little girl. Now, there have been references in this episode to this girl named Maggie. We've seen her running around with Tyler, playing games, and...
It's very much like in Sixth Sense.
Exactly.
Where every sentence that has been uttered...
has been just vague. Right? Tyler will say things like, Maggie says this, and the mom's like, okay, well, Maggie's not allowed to do this, blah, blah, blah. So Tyler's like, I don't want to move, and the mom says, I'm sorry, sweetie, we have to. And Tyler says, Maggie doesn't want us to move, and the mom says, look, Maggie's an imaginary friend. And then we see Maggie be like, I don't like her.
Yeah. Oh,
about the mom.
That like blew my mind apart, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
I was
you
like,
were shook.
I was like, what?
Yeah. And we were like, notice that she never made a direct reference to her.
Yeah.
And then Maggie tries to kill the mom with the clever use of playground equipment.
Yeah.
And a car. And Dean and Sam save her at the last minute. Sam and Dean are like, here's the sitch. You got to help us find your kid and figure out what's going on. And you got to get your daughters out of here. And the mom's like, daughters? I only have one daughter.
Yeah.
And they're like, what the what?
Yeah, what the fuck?
Do you know anyone named Margaret? And it turns out that Maggie is Rose's sister. And Rose wasn't doing like suspicious hoodoo stuff.
Yeah.
She was protecting.
She was keeping
the hotel
spirit of Margaret away.
Right. And Tyler has only been seeing Margaret since about a month ago. Well, Maggie has taken Tyler. She's like, I want a friend to play with me forever and ever and ever. So Maggie has taken Tyler to the pool, and she's planning on drowning her.
Yeah, because that's how Maggie died.
Yeah, that's how Maggie died, in the pool. Dean and Sam and the mom are like, we got to save this fucking kid. So they break into the pool house. They're able to save Tyler at the last minute. And Maggie just kind of gives up.
Yeah.
And we're like, why did she give up? And it turns
Maggie,
out,
like, hears a little whisper.
yeah, she
and,
hears
like,
a child's voice
away.
calling her, like, Margaret, Maggie,
come out and play.
Yeah. Malachi, or he wants to see you too, Malachi. Yeah, straight up. And it turns out that Rose has called Maggie, and she's agreed to die and stay with Maggie forever if Maggie will leave everyone else alone. And Maggie's like, you do that for me? But I thought that you hated me. And Rose is like, I don't hate you. We're chill.
Yeah.
So Rose dies. They find her body. The mom's like, could it have something to do with Maggie? Sam and Dean are like, I mean, probably, maybe. But we don't know. Sam and Dean leave. Dean's like, you save the mom, you save the girl. That's a pretty good day in my book.
Yeah.
What more can you ask for? And Sam's like, yeah, I guess what more could you ask for? Maybe a better destiny.
Boom!
And then we get this weird shot through the hotel that ends on Child Rose and Maggie playing.
Like jump rope?
And like, yeah, jump rope and like, Cinderella kissed a fella. Or made a mistake, kissed a snake. How many doctors did it? Like, just some, like some little child rhyme, which is a really weird way to end the episode. I think they did it because they were like, shit, we only got 37.99 seconds. We gotta, or 60 seconds. We gotta figure this shit out.
I feel like somehow we were supposed to feel sympathetic for Rose because now she's like back together with her dead sister.
Yeah. I don't know. This episode was not very good.
Yeah.
It was very dry.
It was very similar to Dead in the Water.
Yeah.
I'm going to go ahead and call it this. This is this season's Dead in the Water. We've got a drowned kid trying to drown other kids. They're not really saved because of anything Sam and Dean do. They're saved because somebody else was willing to make a sacrifice for them.
Yeah. This was another one of those episodes where like Sam and Dean didn't really
save the day.
Yeah, they didn't really save the day. They just kind of like helped somebody not die in a pool. But then like the actual like monster, they didn't hunt anything.
Right.
They just showed up and saved someone from drowning.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
things happened around them.
Mm-hmm.
Which I'm not expecting every episode to be like, we figured it out. I don't know. It's these fucking ghost episodes, man.
It is.
Like, you see a couple of ghost episodes, and you're like, okay, ghosts are cool. Okay, we've seen a lot of ghosts now.
It does always seem to be these ghost episodes that are not very great.
Yeah.
They also seem to be the more like fillery of the episodes.
Yeah. Especially since you end with last week's episode, which was a banger.
Yeah.
Brought back Gordon as this, like, guy who's trying to hunt Sam now. We figure out what John said.
Yeah.
We get introduced to Ava. We fall in love with her, and then she goes missing. So, like, you end on that, and then you follow it up with this, which is just kind of like a,
Yeah.
Like, no wonder I didn't remember anything about this episode.
Yeah.
But yeah, I kind of want to get into, like, things I didn't like, but Ben, what are your thoughts?
I've got several. Do you want one that kind of pertains to the plot, or one that is just me bitching about something that happens in the episode?
I want all of them.
What do you want to start with?
Oh, do the bitching about something that happens in the episode.
Yeah, okay, fuck it. One of my least favorite goddamn tropes is like when Dean walked in on Sam and he's vomiting. Dean's like,
Oh,
well, yeah,
he's
you
like-
thought Mexican whiskey and Jaeger was a good idea. Who the fuck does that?
Idiots.
Yeah, I mean, he's
I mean,
drinking,
I've
like,
watched people do that.
yeah, as a depressed alcoholic, I'm buying a large bottle of whiskey.
Yeah.
I'm drinking
And drink
that.
the whole thing.
That's all you need.
Don't. If you have multiple bottles of alcohol, stick to one.
Yeah, with
Yeah.
all this credit card fraud, you're wasting precious funds.
Yeah.
You really okay? This is actually this. Can we just complain about that whole scene?
Yeah, when he's like, oh, I can still taste the tequila.
Yeah.
What a bitch.
So
God damn.
before that, when Sam's actually drunk, I've actually seen that scene in a GIF or on Tumblr as like a photo set, because in the beginning, Sam's like, Dean's like, okay, we're gonna go check this out, and Sam's like, you're bossy and
Yeah,
short,
see,
and
I
it's kind of
thought-
played for comedy.
Yeah.
I thought it was Sam was being possessed by this kid ghost.
that would have been awesome,
That
right?
would have
Yeah.
been that would have made way more sense.
Yeah.
Like,
way
I
more
thought
sense.
that's what was going on.
Well, and then we could have maybe had something where Dean's like, I don't know, is my brother evil now?
Yeah.
And like that could have been the conflict.
Yeah.
Here's my problem with this scene. It just kind of came out of nowhere. We didn't see Sam get drunk. Look, the episode was 39 minutes long. They had enough time to put in a short scene where Sam is at the bar and is like, hey, chum, why are you so upset? I might be evil one day. Ooh, sounds like a tough racket. Let's go ahead and drink to this.
Yeah.
You know, like, it just seemed kind of shoehorned, yes. Because and I was talking to Ben before we started recording. This whole conflict with Sam feeling like he needs to save people so that he doesn't become evil doesn't fit in the A story of the episode. Usually Supernatural is pretty good about connecting the A story and the B story, right?
Right.
So like a good example of a good like connection is the first Shapeshifter episode in season 1, right? Dean, the B story is about how Dean feels like he can't really connect to people, and the conflict is, should Sam try to have a relationship with his college buddies?
Right.
And the A story is about how the shapeshifter can't connect to anybody.
Yeah.
He has no identity. He has no life. And he wants to make that connection.
Right.
So like the conflict, the internal conflict of the character and the overall conflict of the episode are connected. Here, the conflict of the episode is a little ghost girl wants her family to stay with her forever.
Yeah.
Which is interesting in and of itself.
Which isn't like a terrible story.
Yeah.
Right? And then you've got Sam worried about becoming evil, which is something that needs to be explored, but not in this way where it's just kind of thrown on to the last minute and doesn't connect to the overall episode. So that was that. When I say this episode is poorly constructed, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Like I want Sam's internal conflict to match with the overall conflict of the episode.
There was also this thing with the hoodoo was back,
Yes.
like from the Crossroads episode. And I feel like that was also a little like put in there
Yeah.
because it was like, oh, Rose knows Hoodoo because she had a Creole nanny
Yeah.
back when she was a toddler.
Which, like, let's get into that.
Yeah.
There's a lot to unpack there.
There is.
Yeah.
But it's kind of like, did it have to be Hoodoo?
Yeah.
It could have been any other kind of like white magic, ghost warding things. Why did it have to be Hoodoo? Is it just because it's fresh on the brain because of Crossroads?
Yes.
I don't even know if it's that fresh on the brain because you have to think, like.
I'm just thinking like writer wise.
Yeah.
Like the people who wrote the episodes probably wrote them all, kind of at once.
It's interesting because I feel like, at least for the episodes I've seen, and I'm up to season 9 now, there's never like a full-on voodoo or an episode that focuses on hoodoo and voodoo where that's like the main thing, the power of the babe. But it does get brought up in little ways a lot.
Yeah.
Like with the Crossroads episode, and then this one, and then there's an episode later where they're like, how do we fix this problem? Maybe hoodoo? I don't know, Trixie. Which is just interesting that they've ramroded every other culture. Like, why not this? Why not this one? Why didn't this get the supernatural chopping block?
Because I'd be too racist.
It's fine when we do it to Japanese people.
Yeah.
All right? You're going to have us do it to black people in our own country? No, ma'am. I mean, sure, we will have every black character be kind of evil or die.
Yeah.
Actually, to be fair, every character in Supernatural is kind of evil or dead. Or both.
Or both.
Or both.
Or the Evil Dead.
Yeah. The evil undead who then die again.
Does Bruce Campbell ever cameo in any episodes?
Yes. No.
No. I was going to say no.
Damn it.
I just got really excited.
I'm sorry. I'm really sorry that we couldn't see, that you cannot see that at home. Because Travis went like up to like 12. On
Yeah, I went like up to 12 and then back to 0.
No, it was fine. I'm very sorry.
Look at Steven and Ducky.
There were talks a very, very, very long time ago of a Evil Dead / Supernatural like thing.
That would be amazing.
If they just did an Evil Dead homage, that would be great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was kind of getting some Shining homages from this.
Yeah, this was like Hotel, Creepy Twins.
Well, and especially with that ending scene where they do a close-up on the picture.
Yeah.
Which I think would have been a better homage if they had added Maggie's. Like, 'cause it's
right,
like,
if it's
yeah.
like, oh, Rose was in this picture.
Yeah.
And now that Rose and Maggie are back together as spirits.
Maggie's
Maggie
also in the
yeah.
picture. Yeah, she shows up. Like
that would have been cool. That's what I was expecting to happen.
Yeah, that's what I think was going to happen too. But instead, then we cut to down this long hallway to see the girls playing jumping jacks. Which I feel like was just kind of like, or not jumping jacks, but jump rope.
Yeah.
Which I feel like was kind of
shitty.
It was
just weird. It was just weird. There was a lot of weird slow-mo in this episode. I'm telling you, it's because I got to get that time up.
Yeah.
There just wasn't much of a story here. I don't know. I mean, this episode was just kind of boring.
Yeah.
It was.
It's these ghost episodes, man. It's these ghost episodes.
Yeah.
Ben, what was the other note you had that you wanted to complain about?
All right, something like, because they didn't really fucking explore anything they did in this episode.
Yeah.
The thing with the dolls in the fucking house.
Yeah.
Yeah, they could have done something
Yeah,
with
what
the
was
dolls.
the connection there? Is it because, well, and that's the other thing is we keep seeing a Margaret doll.
Yeah.
And we're like, oh, that has something to do with it.
No, I'm talking about like the
is the Margaret doll being like a
Is that what
something.
tethers her
Yeah.
here?
No, I mean the dolls that were like predicting the murders.
Oh,
is what I'm
yeah,
talking
that too.
Like it would have been cool to have like a Maggie doll standing over the pool and then like a Tyler doll floating face down in it.
Or
Yeah.
just
Before
have
that happened, I think that would have been cool.
just have our main characters. There is this kind of a moment where Sam is like, hey, it's weird that the dollhouse, like this guy is on the bottom of the stairs dead like the guy in the beginning was. And you think Sam would have been like, oh, maybe we should take this somewhere as opposed to getting drunk.
Yeah.
What he did instead was get drunk. It's just weird that didn't happen.
How did he get the alcohol?
Was it?
There was a bar.
Yeah.
There's a bar, but
was it? I think it was complimentary in the room, like a mini bar.
maybe.
Oh, and also, like, you're telling me that Sam doesn't,
Which also
like, the
explains
Dean
why
and
he
Sam
mixed
don't carry
liquors.
around alcohol with them?
I don't. Not at this point. I don't think they do.
But
Or
also,
you just
yeah,
went to a liquor store.
if it was a hotel like mini bar, then that also explains why Sam mixed his liquors like that, because he was just doing like, okay, there's a bottle,
Little
There's a
shots.
bottle.
little
Yeah.
blip, 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 blip.
Yeah. Still.
I thought with
That's
the cold
unprofessional.
with the cold open and seeing the dollhouse and all that,
Yeah.
I thought Sam and Dean, like a Charmed episode, were gonna get trapped in a dollhouse.
That would be amazing.
Which I feel like that's like I said earlier, like the shrinking down and going into somebody's body. That's also another like Western animation trope.
Yeah.
Getting trapped in a dollhouse, because I've seen that happen in
Just getting trapped in a small.
yeah,
as
in
a
something small.
Yeah.
That happened in an episode of Arthur, I think.
An episode where Dean and Sam get shrunk, or like one of them gets shrunk. That would be
Yeah.
amazing. I'd watch the shit out of that.
There was also that Ed, Ed and Eddie music video.
Yeah.
That had it literally called The Incredible Shrinking Day,
Yeah.
where Sarah like makes a fucking potion to shrink down the Ed boys.
Ed boys. Yeah, and then the Margaret doll. Just getting back to the point
and
earlier.
the Mark doll was like, just like in there.
Yeah, they just like showed it twice, and it was like, oh, okay, this has nothing to do with the story. It's just like, it's like what the episode was trying to do was trying to freak me out, but it kept doing it in dumb ways.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then when Tyler was at the pool with Maggie, they go to look for Maggie, and they go up to the doll room, and all the dolls are like torn apart.
Yeah. Which was never explained.
Yeah.
Did Maggie do that?
I
Did
guess
Tyler
so.
do that?
Yeah, I don't know.
Did Rose do that?
I don't think Tyler did it, because Tyler was like, okay, I'll go to the pool with you.
Did I do it in a sleeping fit? Or I was just like, I hate dolls?
Yeah, I don't know.
This is the thing. Just to like continue kind of on this point, they kept trying to creep us out.
Yeah.
But it wasn't, but with dumb
It wasn't
shit.
enough.
Oh, there's a doll that looks like Maggie. Oh, you mean like a blonde-haired girl with curly hair? Whoop-de-doo. A
Yeah.
lot of dolls look like that.
I think if it had been more of like the dolls were tethered to individual spirits,
Yeah.
or something like that, and there was like this ghost army of dolls in the house,
Or like everybody who died there showed up as a doll. That would have been kind of cool.
yo, that would have been nice.
Supernatural, get on the phone.
Have you ever seen Puppet Master?
Maybe.
It's an old, like, kind of pretty campy horror movie. Corey Feldman is in a lot of them. There are 13 Puppet Master movies.
Oh, Jesus Christ! No, I've seen a different one that has to do with a ventriloquist doll.
There's like this group of puppets that kill people. That's what Puppet Master is about. But there's this Jewish puppet maker who's being chased by the Nazis in the 80s.
Go on.
But he kills himself in like the first 5 minutes.
Damn.
And his puppets
Fight Nazis.
fight Nazis.
That movie sounds. I would love that to be a supernatural episode.
There's several movies where they go back in time, back to World War II, and fight the Nazis.
Oh my god.
Wow.
Okay, I'm gonna pitch a better version of the supernatural episode.
Okay.
Sam and Dean have to fight an army of porcelain dolls
Yeah,
that are possessed by the people who've died in the hotel.
that'd be cool.
Look,
It sounds like an episode that's
That'd be
already
cool.
aired.
And
it would be wackadoo, but I'm like, yeah, embrace that.
Embrace the wackadoo.
Embrace the wackadoo, Sam and Supernatural.
I think what would be cool is if they did something where like Sam and Dean got knocked out by the ghosts, and they woke up and they were in the
And
They were in a
dollhouse
doll?
hotel, and then their bodies were still like alive in a hotel room,
Yeah.
and they had to like find their corresponding doll in the room and like get back to it or something.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
Or like maybe the little girl controls Sam and Dean's bodies
Yeah.
while they're in the doll hotel.
Yeah, and they start like slapping each other, and they're like, "What's going on?"
Yeah. I don't know what's happening.
Like, there's so many better things that could have happened in this episode.
Yeah. That maybe would have been crazy, but like so bad it's good crazy.
Exactly.
Not just kind of like, oh, okay.
Do you think that Supernatural just wasn't ready to go there yet?
Yes.
Yes.
Because I know like later on it gets pretty meta and it gets pretty wacky.
Mm-hmm.
And I think season 2 they were in the middle of this Yellow Eyes thing.
It's just too early.
Yeah, they just weren't ready to be that silly yet.
We
There
are
has
talking
been
about-
some silly moments.
We were talking about 2006.
Yes,
Yeah.
also that. Everyone was very serious in 2006.
That is true. Crazy Frog wouldn't be out for another 2 to 3 years, so
Yeah.
there hadn't been a lightening up yet.
Yeah.
Crazy Town would be out for.
Crazy Frog.
Oh, Crazy Frog. Yeah. Do you think I see where Crazy Town is coming to Huntsville?
Crazy Town?
Yeah.
What's that?
Do you remember the
You're
song
my butterfly, sugar, baby.
Oh.
Come,
Yeah.
my lady,
God.
come, my lady.
Oh.
Yeah, they're gonna be at Sidetracks.
Yeah.
That's sidetracks.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know what you're thinking. Sidetracks is better than that. And you're right.
Yeah.
Sidetracks is better than all new metal.
But
Crazy Town isn't a new metal band.
Yeah, you're right.
Maybe Butterfly isn't, but they are.
Yeah.
A weird hip hop love song.
that's so weird because like would you know when they're gonna come to Sidetracks?
Yeah, it's like the 19th. It's in March.
Okay, so by the time that Crazy Town performs at Sidetracks, I will have performed at Sidetracks 3 times.
Damn.
Yeah.
Damn.
How crazy is that?
Just think they could have booked you again.
Oh my god, they could have.
Oh shit! It's today.
Oh, never mind. It's today, the day of this recording.
Yes.
Okay, never mind. I've
Tickets
performed there
available.
Twice.
It's not sold out.
Of course, it's not sold
Let's
out.
go.
Yeah. What do you mean, Crazy Town's not sold out? Color me shocked.
Oh god, it's $15. Fuck that.
Oh, fuck no.
19 and up. Fuck that too.
For Crazy Town?
Well, everything at Sidetracks is 19 and up because it's no smoking indoors.
Come, my lady. Come, my lady.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
only if you're the age of majority in Alabama. Come, my lady. Okay. Back to the episode.
Yeah.
Um,
I think we're almost done with it.
yeah, I have just a couple more points I want to hit.
What's that?
Number one,
Mm-hmm.
I'm convinced that Tyler was so drawn to Maggie because her parents are her mom was one of those don't watch TV kids.
Oh, I'm absolutely. I don't think there was a single TV in that entire hotel house.
I am telling you, if you don't
There
want your
probably wasn't even
kids
cable hooked up.
to be killed by ghosts, don't make them play games. Don't encourage them to go outside. Don't dress them like a ghost.
Yeah.
Okay?
Don't buy a dollhouse that is an exact replica of the hotel you live in. That's
Or
been in
any
the
dolls
family
at
for a
all.
century.
You do 2 things. You load up that kid on video games and television. They'll be safe forever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unless you're in a poltergeist world, in which case, I'm sorry, you're fucked either way.
Yeah.
There's nothing that can be done.
Yeah.
Yeah, Tyler. Whoo, boy. You know what's never a fun time?
What's that?
Having a kid in your episode just be like, I love to be murdered.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My favorite thing is dying, which is definitely Tyler here.
It was very strange.
Like-
Tyler was just chill with the whole thing.
Girl, you keep finding, like, dead, like, dolls in the dollhouse hotel dying the way patrons are dying. You don't think there may be something a little suspicious is going on? This girl looks to be, like, about 11.
Yeah.
At 11 years old, I would definitely be like, oh my God, there's ghosts in the hotel. I gotta get Scooby-Doo over here to figure this out. Also, I had braces when I was 11.
We couldn't tell.
Yeah, I would have been all over that. All I wanted was for supernatural shit to exist. I would not just be taking everything, strictly come dancing.
Yeah. So if Rose was doing hoodoo to keep the spirit of Margaret out,
Yes.
do you think that Margaret kept trying to come back to play with the dolls?
I think Margaret was just lonely.
Yeah,
Because she says at the end, Rose, I thought you didn't love me because you kept me away for so long.
that's true.
Like, I think Margaret, just can't move on for whatever reason. Actually, you know what I think it is? I think it's the dolls. The Margaret doll we kept seeing was her tether to the world.
Okay.
If they had, because
Which
remember
is
in
why-
Providence when they burned the doll's hair?
Uh-huh.
Right. It's about the same time
Oh.
period.
Shit.
Yeah.
Damn.
So I think if they had found the doll, they would have been able to vanquish Margaret, but they didn't find the doll.
Interesting.
Wait,
Which also explains why, because the guy who fell down the stairs was coming to take all the dolls away.
yeah.
And so that's why Margaret was like, okay, no.
Fuck you.
You
Yeah.
die now.
But I guess there was also that woman that drowned in the tub before.
We don't know why she was
Yeah,
there.
we don't know why she was there.
She.
All I can do is assume that she was there to like be part of buying the hotel.
Yeah.
Probably.
That or who knows?
Can we talk about the scene where the mom almost dies through the clever use of
Yeah.
playground equipment?
And a jaguar. Yes.
And yeah, guys,
She almost got mauled by a jaguar.
the scene with the mom almost getting killed by playground equipment in a jaguar is hilarious.
It's pretty good.
Because it starts out with the swings
Yeah.
swinging back and forth, and then like the seesaws, and then the little roundabout thing, the merry-go-round starts going around.
Yeah.
And around.
And this woman is terrified by the notion of wind.
Yeah.
Okay? She is losing, she starts crying. She is losing her shit because the playground is acting weird.
Well, honestly, like I have seen wind push swings around. I've seen winds like affect the seesaw. That merry-go-round though.
I agree. I mean, I
Like,
get it.
I've seen a merry-go-round spinning by itself, whether it's from someone having just been on it or like whatever, someone spun it and then ran away. Seeing a merry-go-round spin by itself is very unsettling.
I get that, but I feel like any normal person in that situation would just be like, that's weird, and then leave.
Yeah.
Not stand there and stare at it and start crying.
Well, do you think she was crying because she was starting to get nostalgic?
No.
No.
No?
The scene did not play out like that because it kept cutting back to the dollhouse.
That's true.
Where, like, there was the little playground in the dollhouse that was turning around.
Which that
It
also
kept cutting back and forth between the mom and that, and the music got ramped up, and it was very, I think it was
Yeah.
supposed to play like a suspenseful scene. And it just wasn't that suspenseful.
It was really strange. I will say that like the little swings and the stuff going on in the dollhouse version
Yes.
was really cool. It was like a little stop motion effect they did. That was
It was a
that
cool little effect. And then my last thing I kind of want to talk about is was there anything we liked about this episode?
I mean,
No.
I liked the setting. I liked the set.
Yeah. I liked the beginning. Oh, I would have so much preferred if it was a Scooby-Doo homage.
Yeah.
I liked
Yeah.
the beginning because Dean's like, oh, I'm so pumped. We're going to get to do a real haunted house.
Yeah.
Like, maybe we can meet Fred and Daphne. And I was like, yes, maybe you can. Like, dude, a real Scooby-Doo. Like, okay.
There could have
Hold
been
on.
like a group of teenagers and a dog there, and that could have been like, oh, it's a Scooby-Doo reference.
Guys, I cannot believe that we've gotten a season and a half into a supernatural podcast, and we have not talked about the fact that one of the season 13 episodes is actually going to be an animated crossover with Scooby-Doo.
Didn't
Oh,
we talk
shit.
about that?
We have not talked
We
about
have
that
not?
yet.
I thought
No.
we talked about it.
Oh my god.
No.
Well, that
We
episode,
maybe have mentioned it.
that episode will
but it
probably
feels
be out by the
appropriate
time
now.
this episode
It
comes
will.
out.
Yeah, definitely. I feel like season 13 will be done by the time this episode comes out.
Yeah, probably.
I'm just like, what if we'd done that but for this? I don't know. This episode, this Playthings just feels like a lot of wasted potential.
Yeah.
And I think that's, if you just had to sum it up, that's what it feels like.
When did the writer's strike start?
Not until
2007?
2008.
I think it was 2008.
Yeah.
All right. It's like we could blame it on that, but
Nah, I'm not there yet. Season 3 is the writer's strike.
Yeah.
And you can feel it. Because it's only 16 episodes
It felt
long.
like it was coming with this episode.
Dude, just think. Because what's this episode that we're on?
11.
11? Okay. This
We're
time,
halfway.
for season 3, we will be almost done with the season.
That's crazy.
That is crazy. So yeah, so those are our thoughts on Playthings. Sorry it's not super positive. I don't know.
Yeah.
I almost prefer the crazy bad episodes like Bugs.
Yeah, because they're
To
like more
the-
interesting to talk about.
Yeah.
It's better to talk about something that's like super bad or something that's super good.
Then to talk about
But when
something
it's
that's kinda
like
meh.
average, we're like,
yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, like, there's nothing, like, really super noteworthy. Like, sure, we picked out a few things to look and talk about, but for the most part, it was just...
Honestly, I think the most interesting thing we did was talk about how this episode could have been better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, dude, you know it's a bad episode when you can't even get a good freak of the week out of it.
Yeah.
Because ghosts.
Ghosts.
Okay, we've done fucking ghosts before. And
Yeah.
then the whole hoodoo thing was so, like, didn't go into
No.
that there wasn't anything to, like, even grab off of. Like, I could have talked about hoodoo and we would have been here for 6 hours. we'll talk about hoodoo one day. And
What-
it'll be a good time.
See, I think
Because hoodoo is super interesting.
if it had been something like, Sam and Dean start restoring some of the hoodoo stuff
Yeah.
and the hotel starts making money again.
That would be cool as shit.
Yeah.
Anything.
And- yeah,
anything would have
anything.
been more interesting than what we got.
But then Margaret the ghost comes back and retaliates even stronger than before.
And then we have to vanquish
And
Margaret the
then
Ghost.
we have to vanquish Margaret and figure out which doll she is.
Yeah, anything.
We just start burning doll hair.
Anything. All right, Travis.
Yeah.
The next episode is called Night Shifter.
Night Shifter.
What do you think?
Sam and Dean. It's going to be a flashback episode.
You think?
Sam and Dean are going to be in like high schoolish, middle school, high school. And they're going to have a friend that has a secret. And to help keep their friend's secret, they're going to learn how to turn into animals.
Wait
So
a minute. Wait a minute. This reeks of something I've seen before.
So they can help their friend get through their monthly secret.
Travis, you are totally right.
Yeah.
That happens.
Actually,
Yeah.
I really want to play this song for the reference.
Ah.
I want to say Sam and Dean, they find their sister Christian when they close their eyes. Don't tell me you love me when you can still rock in America and sing me away.
Oh my God.
Sam and Dean are less than ethical journalists.
Yeah.
They meet Night Ranger is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was referencing Nightcrawler.
And what's
Okay, Sam and Dean started their vigilante careers as sidekicks to big, gruff, powerful heroes, but eventually decided to go off on their own. So they wear a skin-tined suit with a blue pattern on it. Black suit with a blue pattern.
Oh my
They're acrobats.
Ah. They're Dick Grayson.
They're Nightwing.
Yeah.
for some reason they only have 3 fingers apiece.
Oh, okay.
They're Nightcrawler.
Nightcrawler, yeah. Well, Travis,
Yep.
that's 100% going to happen. So we'll talk about it next week.
Yes.
On Headcast.
If you want to contact us, do so at the following places.
Yeah.
Instagram, Twitter, and Tumblr.
At Habcast.
Our email.
Hey, Assbutt podcast@gmail.com.
And as always, feel free to ask us questions. Send us your thoughts on the episode.
Comments,
Or,
concerns.
yeah, any thoughts that you've had on what we talk about in the beginning section. Just let us know what you're thinking, because we really like to hear from you guys.
Yeah. Like, comment, and subscribe.
Yeah. Please review and share, because that's how we get the word out about the podcast.
Yeah.
And until next time, have fun and don't die.
Do it.
Or do what you want to do. I'm not your mom.
Yeah.
But do that first.
Jump off that bridge.
Yeah.
Do a flip.
Do a flip. Do a flip. Hey-oh.
Daylight come and me want go home.
Babe. Dee-da-bay, dee-da-bay, dee-da-bay.
Daylight come and me want go home.
Dum, dum, I don't know
I
the
don't know the
words
rest.
to this part.
Yeah.